Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a video response to a question from EvilTwin over at Airsoft GI forums. His question was about removing the rail system on the M4S system and the upper receiver. First, I'm going to go ahead and cover removing the upper receiver, and then we'll move on to the rail system. All you're going to need for this disassembly is a flathead screwdriver, some Allen keys, assorted, usually about 3mm Allen keys, something to punch the pins out, and a small Phillips head screwdriver. So first, to address the question about removing the upper receiver, which is this part, from the lower receiver, which is this lower part of the gun that holds the gearbox. What you're going to do is remove this pin and this pin, and I have a screw on this pin. It's just a hex screw. You remove that, punch it out, but on most M4s they're just straight pins, and you're going to take some sort of punch. I use Allen keys and a hammer, and you're just going to punch that out and this out, and the upper receiver will be free to slide off the lower. For most M4s, you only need to remove this pin because there is not a tab connecting the upper to the lower right here. But for a JGS system, you must remove both pins for it to work, so that's important. Another note is that unlike most M4s, S systems, or I don't know if it's just the JGS system, but instead of sliding the whole upper receiver straight out, you're going to rotate it up like a real steel M4 or a ICS M4, and then you're going to pull it off. And it has a two-piece hop-up unit. You'll see that there. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's two ear tabs under the lower receiver that's connected to the upper. So remove both pins here, rotate upward. You may have to fiddle with your charging handle a little bit to free it up, and then pull off, and you'll have your upper receiver removed from the lower receiver. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the rail. So first, to remove the rail system, you're going to open up what will be the battery compartment, and you just rotate the two spring-loaded screws on the gun to the position that you have to get them to open it. Sorry, just give me a second. Get them. Okay, you've got them rotated, and at this point, you can flip the gun over and open it up. Okay, next what you're going to want to do is remove this part, free from the top, and you're going to remove two flathead screws on this lower hand grip part. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so at this point you have the lower part of the handguard off along with these two screws. It is free floating now, and all you have is the top of the rail to take off. So first what you're going to want to do is look at the top of the rail, and you have 4 Allen key screws on here, 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 and here. And in the middle of those Allen keys, you have a large flathead screw. So you're going to remove those like I did. These are, I believe, 3mm Allen key screws. They are not all the same size, so remember which one goes where. I did not have a 3mm Allen key, so I used a size T15 Torx screwdriver head. So I got those removed. I removed the flathead screw in the middle. It's right about here. As you can see, it's right there. And once you do that, move this out of the way, you actually can just pop the whole upper part of the rail system forward on a swivel, as you can see. Next, once you have this done, you can put it back down, and you have 4 sets of screws right on the bottom of this handguard. Let me get a good focus here. Okay, so they're small Phillips head screwdriver screws. There, 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 and there. Okay, so very small. Have an example of one right here. This is what they look like. Just use a small Phillips head screwdriver for that. And unscrew those 4 screws. Okay, once you have that done, like I do here, you're just going to take the front handguard portion, rotate this forward, and give it a good yank forward, and slide. And you have the complete rail system off of your M4. As you can see, all that is left is the barrel with the front sight attached, and you have your upper receiver connected to the outer barrel. Next, we're going to go over how to remove the outer barrel. Alright, so the easy part rather, is done on getting this part. You have your rails up top, you've removed all screws. Now, if you want to change your upper receiver, you're going to need to remove the outer barrel. And how you're going to do this is you're going to take your delta ring and pull it back, and it reveals this star-shaped bolt. And this is called the barrel nut on the gun. And what you're going to do can do one of 2 things. You can take a large pair of pliers, or I prefer to use channel locks. I don't have a pair up here with me, but that's what I usually use on switching the receivers on my guns. And you can also use an armorer's wrench, and that is made specifically to remove this piece, as it can be very difficult to get off. But with enough torque and some channel locks, you can do it yourself. In order to get this off, you're going to take this large nut by itself and rotate it counterclockwise, just like a screw would, and it'll come completely off, and that will allow you to remove the whole outer barrel from the upper receiver assembly. And at this point, you have completed your disassembly of your JGS system, or any S system for that matter. JG is just what this is. At this point, you'll have the upper receiver with the barrel inside, or with the barrel and the outer barrel assembly, and the lower receiver with the gearbox inside. So, EvilTwin, I hope this explanation helps you in your project on taking apart your S system. If you have any questions, please just drop by the comment box and let me know. As for everyone, please like and subscribe. I enjoy comments, and until next time, signing off.